Fuck, man, I can't fucking rank up. I hate this game, dude. I think I might need to buy, like, a new controller, because, like, this one, I don't think I can aim that well with this one. I think I'm gonna buy a new controller. I think that's the reason I can't rank up. So cringy skits aside, ranking up in CSGO back in the day was actually a very difficult thing to do. When I was playing CSGO probably like a year or two ago, when the game wasn't really cared about by Valve, and the reason it wasn't really cared about by Valve was for the sheer fact that CSGO wasn't very popular at the time. Skins were just being introduced into the game, and CSGO was starting to build up momentum, but it wasn't anywhere nearly as popular as it is today. So what that meant is that there were a lot more cheaters in CSGO, and Valve wasn't really doing anything about it. We were the neglected stepchild, as a lot of people would say. Dota 2 was getting all these updates, Dota 2 was getting all this cool stuff, while as CSGO players, we stayed in the basement, and we literally got nothing, and the game was just kind of in ruins. It seems like every other game you were playing with cheaters, and they were just blatant cheaters. These guys gave absolutely zero fucks. They had no fucks to give. They would just literally run around aimbotting, very clearly aimbotting, tell you they were aimbotting, and you would just kind of have to suck it up and deal with it and just wait till the next game and pray that there was no cheaters in that one. Despite all that, I continued playing the game, and after 200 wins, I was finally out of silver. Yes, it took me 200 wins to get out of silver. Type your comments and tell me how ridiculously horrible I am at this game, because you probably were going to do it anyway, let's be honest. But after my 200 wins, I finally got out of silver, got into gold, and was really happy. And from there, I started moving up the ranks faster and faster. But I think the reason that I started moving up faster and faster was no longer the fact that I was just getting so much better in that period of time. It was that finally around that period of time, Valve started fixing the game, VAC bans started happening, and ranking up became a lot easier. It seemed like the game was finally starting to open up. The game finally started to become more enjoyable. I was ranking up, I was having fun, and I could feel myself getting better at the game. I continued to rank up, and the max rank I think I reached was actually Supreme Master First Class, which if you don't know is the second from the top. So after playing all this time and ranking up, I started playing ESEA, and I stopped worrying about my rank altogether. And that's when the rank update happened, as a lot of people will call it. And if you don't know, it's the update that pretty much deranked everyone, and everyone it lost 2 or 3 ranks at least. So my account was actually unranked during this time, and when I came back I started playing again, and I actually ended up getting ranked Gold Nova Master. I shit you not. So I continue to play in these Gold Nova Master games, and I'm playing, and a lot of people are like, you're a smurf, or you're a cheater, or you're a fucking smurf cheater, and they get really ass hurt, and I try to explain to them, no, Valve actually ranked me here. So if you want to blame anyone, blame that fat fuck Gaben, because it's his fault for putting me in Gold Nova 4. So I continue to play these games, and I'm dropping 40 bombs each game, and I don't rank up, and I don't really understand what it is. And then I remember, oh, the rank update happened, and that seems to be the case. But let's put this out there right now. If you're still using the rank update as an excuse to the reason you're your rank, then you're probably just trash. I feel like the rank update, what it did is it kind of put people down to where they should be. It definitely fucked up some people, but for the most part, I felt like people were maybe a bit too high, because after the period of time where it was super hard to rank up in CSGO, like I was saying earlier, with people cheating and there not being any VAC bans or anything, what ended up happening is it made it way too easy for people to rank up. And then the rank update, what I think it did is it put people maybe a little bit too low, and it made it maybe a little bit too difficult to rank up. I feel like the rank idea was a good concept, but the way it was implemented just wasn't that great. When they finally implemented the rank update, a lot of people started deranking really fast, and to no one's surprise, all that did was make people not want to play the game anymore. It's like playing a game for a really long time and having them tell you, oh, you're this good and you're actually making progress, just for them to be like a week later be like, fuck no, you're fucking trash, haha, you actually thought you were good. It was literally just a slap into the face of people who have been playing the game for hundreds of hours, only to be told, no, actually, you know, all that time you just put in, yeah, it actually doesn't mean jack shit, because we're gonna change pretty much the value of each rank. So pretty much you had a lot of guys who were in gold dropping back to silver, and ultimately they just ended up stop playing the game because they were like, fuck this, I'm not gonna work to try to get all the way back to gold. I already put my hours in, I shouldn't have to do it again. It was kind of dumb for Valve to do it in that way. What might have been better is possibly adding more ranks, but there's also some drawbacks to that as well. But, you know, no system is perfect, and you can't really expect Valve to make a perfect system, I guess. I hear a lot of people complain about how hard it is to rank up in CSGO now, but Even despite all the changes and despite all the updates, I feel it's still a lot easier to rank up than it was when I was originally playing the game. Just for the sheer fact that you're not playing with as many cheaters, and I think that's something also a lot of people really don't take into account. A lot of people have joined the CSGO community over the past year or so, and with that, they don't realize how many cheaters there actually were in the game. Cheating was a problem in CSGO for a very long time, and only recently has it seemed to be getting fixed. I still hear a lot of people in the community bitching about cheaters and how the game is absolutely unplayable, and that's how you can tell that they didn't play the old game, because if they did, they would realize that it's actually improved quite a ton, and it only seems to be getting better by the day and the week. So if anyone is telling you ranking up is harder, then either they're a fucking idiot, or B, they're just bad at the game. And I think I just said 1 and B, and that makes absolutely no sense. It should have been 1 and 2 or A and B, but whatever, we're gonna continue going on. So yeah, if anyone tells you that, then most likely they're just kind of bad. Ranking up is definitely a little bit harder than it should be, and there are definitely some changes I would like to see to the system, though, for the sheer fact that I'm dropping 40 a game and I'm still not ranking up. I also hear there are systems in games like League of Legends where if you go on like crazy kill streaks, or not even crazy kill streaks, or you just play really well and you're just dominating everyone, that will actually put you up a few ranks. And that's something that I would like to see in CSGO, where if you're absolutely dominating, that it stops putting you in those ranks and it actually lets you skip a few ranks to see pretty much if you can compete at that higher level. That way you don't have guys who are smurfing, and I'm using quotes because technically it's their actual rank, and it just makes the games more balanced, because at the end of the day we're playing a competitive game and we are playing it for balance. I don't think that ranking up is necessarily harder in the way that the competition has gotten harder and it's just harder in general to play the game, but I feel what might have happened though is it seems like it takes a little bit longer. It seems like you have to grind the game a little bit more, and I don't know if that's maybe because I'm playing the game less, or because, you know, I'm just not putting as much time into the game. But normally when I would play, I would have to go on like a 5 or 6 win streak and I would end up ranking up, especially if I was playing really well. But it seems like now if I'm doing that even at around the Gold Nova 4 level, which shouldn't really be that hard to rank up at, to be honest, that, you know, you should be ranking up, especially when you're dropping like 40 a game, which is what I seemingly am averaging when I went back and looked at the statistics of my old games. I'm averaging 40 or more kills a game. I'm getting a fuck ton of MVP stars, and to be honest, I'm pretty much carrying the team, but it seems like it's taking way more wins than 5 or 6 to rank up. It seems like it's taking somewhere close to 10, and that's absolutely ridiculous, because I don't want to have to put a ridiculous amount of time into this game to rank up to get matched with people that I should be getting matched with to, you know, already. It's kind of stupid. Also, it seems like as the community has gotten bigger and bigger, my teammates seem to know less and less what they're doing. More so now when I play in Counter-Strike, it seems like my teammates literally have no clue what they're doing. They don't want to really take any advice, and overall, they're just a lot more toxic than normal. I don't know if it's just the community has gotten more toxic, or maybe it's just more people have joined the game and therefore it has gotten a little more toxic, but it seems like playing with friends is also more necessary now, as you have a lot more people using pre-made teams to rank up, and that is definitely something I recommend out there. If you guys are lower ranks, or if you guys aren't even lower ranks than higher ranks, it's always good to just play with a team, especially with people you can count on, and especially with people that you think are good at the game, because if you can do that, then you can have a good team, because as we know, CSGO is a team game, and if you can play well as a team, you can normally win most games, because you're playing against the guys who are a bunch of randoms, and they're normally not that good, and they normally don't have that great of communication. So ranking up in CSGO has seemed like it's gotten easier in some ways, such as you're just not playing against as many hackers, and the games seem to be a bit more even, and you seem to at least be able to play against people who, you know, aren't fucking insanely god tier or anything like that. But it's also gotten harder in the way of just having to play more matches, and that can be a bit frustrating, because I know not everyone out there can play a fuck ton of matches a day, and when you're not ranking up, the game can be discouraging and actually make you want to play less. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. What do you guys think of the rank system in CSGO? Do you think it's actually gotten easier, or do you think it's gotten harder? What do you guys think? Please tell me down in the comments down below. And if you like this video, how about you hit that like button? And if you dislike this video for some odd reason, how about you hit that dislike button? And if you're new, how about you subscribe? But yeah, guys, this has been the Chosen One Inc., and as always, peace out. Thank you guys for watching this video all the way through, and if you did watch it all the way through, that might mean you actually like my content. And if you actually like my content, then you might like the content on my second channel called Throwaway. The link to that is down in the description down below, but what it is we focus on a lot of rap and hip-hop stuff, and in our new video, our mumble rappers killing hip-hop, we discuss, obviously, our mumble rappers killing hip-hop. So if you like that kind of stuff, feel free to go subscribe to it down in the link down in the description. It would help me out a lot, and I would appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching, and out.